The room was heavy with tension as 17-year-old Alia Carter walked into the Grand Estate's study, where the will of her recently deceased great-uncle, Benjamin Langston, was to be read. She was dressed modestly in jeans and a plain blouse, her thick curls tied back neatly. The rest of the family, well-dressed, cold-eyed relatives who barely acknowledged her existence, sat stiffly in leather chairs, whispering to one another with looks of disdain. Alia had only met Benjamin a few times, but each moment was filled with kindness, laughter, and stories of resilience. Still, she was shocked when his lawyer contacted her about attending the will reading. From the moment she arrived, the others treated her like an outsider. A snide aunt scoffed, "I'm sure you're just here for the little scholarship donation, or whatever he left you." A cousin chuckled, "Don't get your hopes up, sweetheart. You weren't exactly family." The lawyer, a silver-haired man, named Mr. Whitmore, tapped the folder before him and cleared his throat. "Per Mr. Langston's wishes, I will now read the contents of the will." The family leaned forward eagerly, convinced they'd be splitting up Benjamin's fortune, the mansion, the business empire, the cars, the priceless art. Mr. Whitmore began reading, listing several minor gifts: a vintage car to a nephew, an antique clock to a sister. Then he paused and glanced at Alia with a soft smile. "And finally, to my great-niece, Alia Carter," he said, raising his voice slightly, "I leave the entirety of my estate, including all assets, properties, business holdings, and financial accounts. She is to be the sole heir and executor of my legacy." The room fell into stunned silence, then chaos. "This must be a mistake," one relative shouted. "She's just a kid," another bellowed. But Mr. Whitmore remained calm. Mr. Langston made this decision fully aware. He called Alia the only one in this family who ever showed compassion without condition. He said she reminded him of who he used to be. Alia blinked back tears as the weight of the moment settled over her. For years, she'd been overlooked, dismissed, even ridiculed by the very people now scrambling to undo her inheritance. But Benjamin had seen her. He saw her heart, her ambition, her worth, and he entrusted her with everything he'd built. She stood up slowly, her voice steady. "I may not look like what you expected, but I promise we will honor his legacy better than any of you ever could." And with that, the girl they had humiliated became the woman in charge.